What up, everybody? I'm Jay the Kid. I got my boy right here, Visionary 23. And as y'all know, this is another episode of Four Roads Full Podcast. And man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Saturday night main event was okay. Not gonna say it was good, not gonna say it was bad. Cause I ain't hate it. It stayed on the TV the whole time. Bronson Reed coming back and basically hugging Seth Rollins. I ain't see that shit. I definitely thought this was the night Sami Zayn was going to beat the hell out of CM Punk in the middle of that ring, hit him with a haluva kick, and then literally walk out with Seth Rollins just a angry gingered motherfucker. That's what I thought I was seeing. Bronson Reed, and then these niggas had before I mentioned Bronson Reed again. These niggas had on Palestine matching gear. I was like, A, that's gonna be an action figure.
Hmm.
B, these niggas is not finna break up tonight. Nobody's finna turn on anybody here. And then three, where the hell does Roman Reigns fit in on all this shit? And even if Roman Reigns fits in, y'all gotta find maybe one more member because obviously he not gonna have just a two-man army. He gotta get another motherfucker. Because then now WWE now has to decide, oh, okay, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn is cool, but you need to throw somebody else in the mix. It's either need to be a vet that come back one moment for his one moment in the light, or it needs to be a young upstart that could really benefit off of this. Because Braun Breaker is finna benefit off of teaming with Seth Rollins, no matter how we look at it. And then you also got to think about Bronson Reed is still not too. Yeah, he not too old to where he ain't gonna get a push. Shit, Damian Priest got a world championship at his age, and he in his 40s. Like, I think Bronson
Yeah.
Reed could make some noise enough for that. And he came back from an injury that the nigga hurt both of his motherfucking legs doing that goddamn spot. And then I guess it makes sense that he attacked CM Punk because remember CM Punk was talking this big shit like he purposely like injured Bronson Reed. So Bronson Reed was on some okay. You think you funny? Now I'm gonna get some get back.
Hmm.
You think that this is what you think that this is gonna get exactly what you need to get your WrestleMania push? No, nigga, I'm coming back with smoke. Like you definitely finna get fucked up by me. No questions about it.
Nah, facts though.
Shit. But also, we was talking early for the pod, but I want to go ahead and ask you again. What was your reactions to John Cena versus R Truth?
It was okay. Like, I like when R2 came out though. Like that made me pop because I'm seeing him wearing John Cena stuff, and that was funny. But besides that, the match was like a throwaway match.
Nah, I feel that. I feel that. I enjoy the fact that R Truth got a chance to have him a little moment. I don't even care if it was a short moment. He got himself something because
Mhm.
R Truth he's basically been a service person for WWE for so goddamn long. Whatever you need me to do, whatever you want me to say, you want me to go out there and just be the slowest motherfucker in the world, so be it. But the fact that he got him a little moment and everything like that, I think I like that. That's a feel good moment for our Truth and John Cena. Maybe they come back together and tag team one more time before John Cena hang this shit up.
Yeah, you saw he like hesitated before he hit him with the belt too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's still a chance that John Cena still got a good guy. He got a good guy spirit, but
Hmm.
he gonna have to buy back his soul from The Rock, and The Rock a little selfish right now. I don't think that nigga giving that up.
Yeah. Keep that shit probably. I don't know.
You
That's
know,
tough.
he gonna be on Pat McAfee show saying nope, can't do it.
Yep.
Sorry, y'all. That nigga's spirit is staying with me. That hustle, loyalty, and respect shit. That motherfucker in my pocket. He can't get it back.
Nah, I thought so.
Nah, I if John Cena get it back and everything like that, like he gonna make the fans happy. But like I don't know exactly what's really gonna change what's going on, like with the Cody Rhodes and John Cena thing. Like if Cody Rhodes gets the title back and John Cena just randomly becomes a good guy again,
Yeah, that don't
like
make no sense really.
because like okay, now the world's balanced, so now John Cena can finish the year as a good guy and being praised and loved by people. I mean, I fuck with it. But
Hmm.
this John Cena last year, whether you cheering that nigga when he leave, whether you booing him when he leaves, whether he's a good guy or bad guy, he's getting a standing ovation after his last match. It's
Yeah.
crazy his last match gonna be a Saturday night main event, but I feel like it's some weird backstory to that.
Hmm.
Like it's a reason why. Well, I mean, of course, West Newbury is his hometown and everything like that, but like a Saturday night main event. Like I feel like either that's a SmackDown since he first debuted on SmackDown, or it's something about Saturday night main event to him personally that he wanted to end it there for. At least that's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm tripping. Y'all let us know down in the comments.
Yeah.
And then now I want to go ahead and get into something that we've been doing a little bit these last couple of weeks, and that's visionary debates. Visionary. This one, I'm basically just gonna have you do basically judging on how this goes, just because I'm gonna basically give a 3 minute rant about something, and then
Hmm.
you at the end are gonna rank if it's a valid rant, if it's a mid rant, or if it was just trash.
Okay, bet.
All right, bet. Let me go ahead and get the timer ready. All right, bet. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off to it because I'm gonna start this debate by saying I hate the fact that everybody thinks that WrestleMania not being in New Orleans is gonna change anything. It's not changing shit at all. The fact that Money in the Bank ain't in here, it's like that's cool and everything, but it's not changing how WWE is finna be producing WrestleMania. If it's in Las Vegas again, regardless, you know you're gonna get some big match moments. You gotta at least one of the two main events has to be the best one of the year. Because if you put Seth Rollins and CM Punk and Roman Reigns back in the same shit again, it's gonna look boring. Just like if you do the same thing for Cody Rhodes. Like Cody Rhodes has had the main event how many motherfucking times? And WrestleMania 3 times?
Yeah, like three.
Yeah, so it's like it makes no sense for him personally to have all of these goddamn main event moments when it's like low key, you could give it to Sami Zayn, you could give it to Kevin Owens, you can give it to Randy Orton, you can give it to hell, you fuck around, give it to a tag team, the first ever tag team main event at WrestleMania. Well, like full tag team, like do like a ladder match, like how they did on SmackDown, that should have been on Mania.
Hmm.
But regardless to it and everything like that, I get we was supposed to get it at New Orleans, but oh well, it's not happening right now. Like we get in 2027, 2028, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, it's still not gonna change the basically the full point exactly of what's leading up to it. Just because the arenas changed, just because the city and the state changed, does not mean that we not finna get at least a fairly good mania. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, some of the pay-per-views are kind of being thrown everywhere. But WrestleMania, for the second straight year, has been a good ass mania. It ain't the best manias in history. It's not the best entertaining storylines of all time, but they have been good enough to where the matches has saved what y'all built up to. And I'm still hoping the same thing. The only thing I'm hoping more for is that Money in the Bank in Louisiana better basically be one of the best set of matches with the best set of wrestlers. because this year I'm sick of it. I want the winner of the Money in the Bank briefcase to keep that bitch longer. Not this Drew McIntyre CM Punk shit. That's my last. That's my last part on it. What you think about it?
I think that's valid. Like WrestleMania, I think for like they're doing it in New Orleans again. Wait, it's in Vegas, right? Or New
Hmm.
Orleans. I think um I don't know how they're gonna go from there because they did it already. So doing it again in the same city is gonna be like, yeah.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, it makes no sense on, like, I don't understand why it's going back to Las Vegas, but it's not gonna change what the fuck it's gonna be. I'm gonna be
Hmm.
real with you. Even if you put that bitch in Vegas again and shit like that, it's gonna be the same amount of 50-50 ticket buyers. You know why? Because these niggas not gonna get it until at least an hour before the show starts. And WWE gonna have to drop them tickets to fill in them seats quickly as possible so they can actually use most of them goddamn brand new fancy smancy ass cameras. Like,
Yeah,
motherfuckers know that, oh shit, like they basically just finna say fuck us. Like, that is what it is. Y'all are not, these ticket sales are ridiculous, gang. I'm not gonna lie to you, gang. I've seen card notes less than what the fuck WrestleMania tickets was for damn near close enough to the goddamn floor.
hmm,
Gang, if you was a nigga that pre-ordered your tickets for Mania, gang, you gonna need a new hobby. I ain't even gonna hold you. That's crazy that you spent $7,000 on the damn ticket
yeah. That's crazy work.
for one day, one moment. You know what? But also, we want to go ahead and give a introduction to our boy. We got LC from 773.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo,
So basically, we just got done doing my rant on basically what I feel about New Orleans being changed from the spot of WrestleMania this year to something else. And
Yeah.
I just still
It's
feel,
Vegas, right?
yeah, it's going back to Vegas. And I'm saying I don't understand why it's going back to Vegas, but at the same time, I'm not really finna question shit because, like, we
Yeah.
not gonna get a
It's.
mania in Chicago. And that's fucked up.
yeah,
I mean, with the current landscape, where how it is, I see that. I see Mania happen in Chicago well before it happened in like fucking Ohio or
I
shit
don't
like
know
that.
now. I don't know now. These niggas basically they making the stages bigger for SummerSlam now. So I don't know. These
Yeah. I
motherfucking
mean,
arenas
shit.
getting a little
I'm
bit bigger.
Detroit.
Nah, not in Detroit. I ain't gonna lie to you. The Motor City
No,
yeah,
get a
I mean
WrestleMania
SummerSlam.
before we do.
Yeah, no, I was saying like SummerSlam in
Nah.
Detroit. It was pretty decent.
Nah, SummerSlam in
hmm,
Detroit was pretty good. Hell, SummerSlam in Cleveland wasn't that bad either.
Oh yeah, not at
But
all.
I
I
mean,
mean, it's really based off if you got some star power that's from those areas, they kind of go out a little bit more for them, make sure like, all right, they can have that time in the spotlight. Well, pretty much everybody but Cross, which was kind of still everybody showed them why you can't leave somebody like that off the pay per view that's from that area.
nah.
Like
And
shit,
then
that's who they was asking for most in Vegas. That's
nah.
probably
hmm,
another issue there itself.
yeah,
If they don't put
Mm,
him on the card this time, what the fuck are y'all doing?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Karrion Cross not gonna miss that shit.
Hell no, they can tell they fucked up. That's
I
probably
ain't
why
gonna
they ain't
lie
had
to
no
you.
choice but to go back this time.
Triple
hmm,
H, Triple H would be a stupid motherfucker to not listen to these fans this time around. I know you might not been the biggest fan for Daniel Bryan, but nigga, this Karrion Cross nigga is different. If he
Hey,
go,
he
yeah,
wasn't completely in charge during Brian run, so
if hey, I
that
ain't
that's
saying
something in itself. But
I
still,
ain't
it's
saying
like
he
you
ain't have
cannot
a
fuck this
part.
up.
I know he ain't have a big part on almost shutting that shit down. But I guaranteed if you ask Triple H what you think about Daniel Bryan becoming the champion at that time, not
He would have
now,
laughed in your
but at
face.
that, he would have looked at you and said, "Boys, you on crack? Do you not see Batista? And Randy Orton, hell, you throw
Yeah,
John
and
Cena in this bitch,
look how
it's
that
a
turned
dream
out.
match. And then he got his happy moment in the goddamn building. He got a chance to celebrate with Connor. It's like that's dope. It's like I'm happy for him and everything. But Triple H would not have gave a fuck enough. Triple H was like, all right, I'm gonna get some moment out of this motherfucking thing. So the nigga basically got his way into Mania and then lost just so
Yeah,
Daniel Bryan could get to the main event of Mania to win and get his
Yeah,
moment. I know Triple H was mad as hell at that time because he was like, I'm gonna have to let this nigga whoop my ass just so he can get
very
a happy
much.
ending.
Mm. And
in front of
still
his wife
still
too.
go through it. Yeah,
And
but hey, that's what's best for business sometimes.
so we all gonna be doing a rant and everything like that, and then Visionary is gonna say if it's a valid rant, if it's a mid rant, or if it's a trash ass rant. So you got 3 minutes, no interruptions. You can say whatever you want to say on any part of this or any rant.
I mean, I don't really have a rant. I mean, it's more or less the landscape of professional wrestling at the moment. It's a lot better than where we started from. I give or take, even from January 1st to 24, it was still like, all right, it's a question up for grabs. Like, all right, how is the world of professional wrestling gonna work together? And now we got a lot of major companies that are back to being cool pretty much. So it's kind of different seeing that.
Hmm.
My only real concern with pro wrestling at the moment is what's next. It's not really a concern, but it's more of a question that's always going to be out there. What's really next then? What's going to be that captivating piece? Like what can help you, transition into that next stage? Who's going to be the next big name out there that's so far? Just really seeing what's going on in every other promotion now. Since we've been getting in tune with a lot of different indie athletes and people that's doing other things outside of pro wrestling, what can actually, help transition everything upscale? What's going to help us elevate to get to that next portion of things?
Damn, nigga, that's it.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah. I
I remember
mean,
with a
it's
minute and
really
30 to
no.
spare.
Yeah, I don't really got no complaints when it comes to things now because I look at it through the eyes of how we've been speaking on it. We see ourselves doing something that we always talked about. So when you consider, the travel and everything else and how that goes, that's just tip of the iceberg when it comes to it. So I can't really give a full blown rant anymore how I used to think I could because shit, training has started and everything else. I could really give you an insight after that first match. That's when I'd be like, all right, I could really sit down and analyze that.
Okay, fair enough. Visionary, what's your thoughts?
No, that's valid because I think we all trying to be wrestlers and shit. So that's like our main goal. And I see you talking about too, like who gonna be like that next star that's gonna come up and rise.
Hey, always looking towards the future on that. It's always the best because even with how they showcase the LFG and everything. Like yeah, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was shitting on the idea of basically it being like another pre NXT thing, but it's its own thing. It's a little different from how they doing everything else. They just giving you the insight of what goes in behind the scenes with people that's been in that moment, been there, done that at any point in time. Like, yeah, you don't gotta agree with Bully Ray, but his pedigree itself shows you, like, hey, bro, I done did this shit 10 fucking times over. Well, more than that. Every major fucking company, he has held a world title. So no, you can't shit talk somebody that's been there and already been achieved those accomplishments, but you can still set your own path up to where you're doing it yourself. Like, yeah, it
Hmm.
might not happen in WWE to start, but that's one of the top big three, big five, big whatever's now. That's always gonna be one company you have to get a championship in to basically complete that stint. You gotta have them Kurt Angle numbers. If you don't got Kurt Angle numbers, that's the question. Like, yeah, they always put the word out there with Kenny, since Kenny didn't hold the WWE title yet, or if he even wants to do that. When he actually does, he has held every world title there is.
Hmm.
So
Well, he be
it's always gonna be
wrestling
them
now.
questions.
Well, he
Oh
still be
yeah,
wrestling at that time. I ain't gonna lie to you. This nigga be doing some absurd shit. So I don't know if his body
oh
gonna be
yeah.
able to. I don't know.
I mean,
Wasn't that nigga injured for like 2 years before he did something?
yeah, it was
Hmm.
still like it was his body itself. Like, man, he was wrestling for like a minute on those injuries. That's another thing. It's like shit when you trying to get yourself out there more and doing it down that route of what he was doing, wrestling basically with no legs, no arms, but doing that shit.
Not gonna lie to
You,
you.
yeah,
That's fucking stupid. I'm not gonna lie to you. Here's the thing. I was still mad at Seth Rollins for doing it and shit like that. The reason
yeah,
why is because when it comes to your fucking body, you need to be healthy at all fucking times.
yeah,
Why
but shit, you
would
gotta
you?
provide at the same time too.
I
That's your
get that you gotta
only source at that time.
again, I get
Hmm.
that you gotta provide and some shit like that. But when we talk about superstar niggas that are leading goddamn companies, that motherfucker
Hmm.
deserves a chance to be like, all right, I'm gonna go sit the fuck down and go heal myself up. Not no, I need to be the star of the fucking show each time. I get it.
Yeah,
It's y'all brand, it's y'all mantra, it's basically y'all motherfucking bread and butter. But at the
Hmm.
same fucking time, you injure your motherfucking ankle and then you want to wrestle for 6 months after.
yeah,
Dumb,
you gotta.
but fuck it. If
It's
you
a
tear a fucking tricep and then want to wrestle for 3 more weeks just to go to hell in a cell. I think it was the night, it was the day before or some shit like that. I forgot, but it wasn't 3 weeks. But y'all niggas get the point.
yeah. You're
If
talking
you
about
injure your
Cody
mother,
ass.
Yeah,
yeah, if you
Cody.
injure your motherfucking self and you fucked up to the point where, oh damn, I can't do this shit, and you just trying to go through the motherfucking pain and all this other shit, you're stupid. I don't care. That's the dumbest, that's the most selfish shit that you can do because all you have to go do is go get yourself fucking fixed. Ain't no
Yeah,
motherfucking
they
reason
say
I
why
could
do
choose.
that when they could just fight through the pain.
Fuck all of that. Like I'm hearing Shinsuke Nakamura make a rivalry with Seth Rollins because the nigga got a bad back. Your
Yeah,
back hurts,
I
nigga.
mean that ain't really go nowhere, bro. I was still more confused by that. Like
I'm
Shinsuke he been getting the worst luck, bro, and it hurts because like I was a New Japan guy that was watching that shit faithfully.
Hmm.
Just even off him, being the leader of Chaos right before he really passed the torch to Okada.
but
He was
here's the
main
thing
eventing
about
with the fucking Intercontinental.
it. Like
Like, come on
Jamie,
now.
think about this. It's the fact of the matter that he said, Seth Rollins, I'ma hurt your back until I get the championship. And did all of that shit to Seth Rollins back, and Seth Rollins still came back on top. That was the perfect time to get Seth Rollins off the fucking TV. You can put Shinsuke
He
with the belt, and here's the thing about it: you can give that bitch back to Seth Rollins if you wanted to. You don't
Nobody
have
would have even been mad at that. To be
literally
Yeah.
because
completely honest.
if Seth Rollins would have left for maybe 3, 4 months, like he did after he lost at Mania, think about that. It wouldn't even shit but 3 months, maybe, maybe even a little bit less time than that, honestly. But literally, Seth Rollins fucked around and came back and did the same shit. He might not
Yep.
have won that motherfucker, but he showed that I'm the motherfucking workhorse. So eventually, this is not gonna be my last title run. That would have been so much easier doing that shit beforehand. So therefore, you can actually
Even
get
right
Seth
now.
Rollins. Like just for
Right
you to get
now, look
people.
at who he got with him. Like shit, that's gonna speak for itself.
Hmm.
Like it makes no sense. Like I get it, Seth Rollins came back immediately after, so it wasn't that serious or whatever. But literally now you got a storyline that actually sticks to Seth Rollins. Oh,
Yeah.
Shinsuke, you dirty son of a bitch, you fucked up my back. My back's good now. What's good with it? So now you can either plan that shit for the Rumble, and now Seth Rollins wins it. So now he get a chance to figure out if the man who's winning the Rumble that year is finna challenge me, or is he going for Roman?
Yeah, I mean shit. I mean Money in the
Complete
Bank next,
nonsense.
so they can do a number of things with that. Because right now, yeah, I hear the people won't cross. They won't cross for the Money in the Bank. But even if Cross doesn't get that Money in the Bank situation there, which I'm not really seeing it going forward, he could still take the Rumble win.
He
Yeah,
could. He could.
I'd rather that than the Money in the Bank.
I'd be cool with that because with the Money in the Bank, not saying it don't fit his character, but it's like he don't need to sneak up on you and do this and that anymore. Carson already showed you he do that shit. He can walk up right to you, tell you what the fuck it is, and leave it at that.
But here's the
Money in the
thing,
Yeah.
Bank
though.
that'd be perfect for Steph. He been there.
Yeah,
Now
I
it's a
hear
little
you.
bit more of a they can gatekeep him. It not really the AEW situation with Mox and the fucking belt inside the briefcase, but more of a he gonna use that for sure, probably at Mania or that same night, and it can go anywhere.
But here's the thing.
Hmm.
I could see his thing. I think three ways how this could go down. If he wins the Rumble, the night he makes his decision, one of the champions got to be standing in the middle of the ring. As
Oh
soon
yeah,
as they talking and shit like that, getting rowdy, getting hype and shit like that, the lights turn off. As soon as the motherfucking lights turn off, all you see is a little spotlight in the ring. As they standing there waiting to see who finna try to get in the ring while looking at the ramp, it's a spotlight still in the ring. But as they turn around, they see that motherfucking hourglass. Not carrying cross to nobody else, just the hourglass. And you just hear the goddamn WrestleMania. You know how when motherfuckers was pointing to the goddamn shit like that, like when they won or
yeah.
whatever, then that motherfucking fireworks went off around it. That's what it need to be. Or carrying
Hmm.
cross
Oh,
need to be
easily.
to immediately hit. Like he's made his decision there. If he wins the money in the bank, if he cashes in the same night, same thing. Except for Scarlett walking out with the motherfucking briefcase to the ring with the ref. And whoever it is,
Mhm.
the champion at the time, they confused. They looking like, man, I just got done fighting. What the fuck is going on? And Karrion Cross just run up from behind. It ain't even actually not even run up behind. Run up from behind. Literally just goddamn be in the ring as soon as the lights
Yeah,
come
he
back
he got to
on.
spawn in.
Yeah, like
Hmm.
on some
I
Undertaker
mean,
shit.
if we're gonna be passing that torch over to anybody right now, like yeah, we got the YS6 and all, but a person that was always connected to that's kind of on the outskirts, they never really say too much, is Cross. So, I mean, he about the other person. I'm not saying like, yeah, Bo and them, they don't got that aura, but it's them as a collective. It's always a mystery when it's a singular essence that's different. You got Undertaker, for example, starting at the very top. Person he passed it over to definitely was Bray. Like, yeah, you had Undertaker and Kane at the same time, but when it's just one person by themselves doing it's a little different.
Eh,
Like shit, Boogeyman, his own person. Yeah, Alistair, even when he was doing this stuff, even before Laparca, before his son started wrestling, it's still like he was already doing his own thing.
that's fair. And then also, just my final one before we get into our next segment. If he still got the money in the bank briefcase and it's mania time, he basically needs to pull off the new heist of the century.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
Like it
that's why I said like yeah, if he hold it, if he don't keep it that same night, if he don't cash it in, I mean. Mania, that's gonna be the best situation for that. Especially seeing this, it's WWE. I don't even know why I try to like make it a logical thing, because like they could easily somebody injured, who gonna fill in for the match in a fucking Money in the Bank, or they could pull a audible how they did with Brock. Yeah, they got Mustafa going to grab it, and next thing you know, hit his music and this motherfucker come out. Not saying we'd be mad at it now, but it's like shit, at least they'd be doing something a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Honestly, Karrion Cross winning either if he win the Rumble or if he win the Money in the Bank, it's not changing a goddamn thing. Because
No.
Karrion Cross, Chris Cross, applesauce, hands in your lap, Karrion Cross and five at Mania.
Well, shit, three.
Nah, nigga need a
He most likely get that as a choke out. He gonna put somebody to sleep. I mean, yeah, he been winning with that forearm, but he can easily go back to a few different things.
true. But we're gonna go ahead and get into our next segment because if you guys been paying attention to the socials and everything, we have a special guest coming on to the show and everything. We got our boy Ricky Mortis, and he's gonna pull up right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we got our friend of the pod. We got our guy, the Ricky Mortis. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. We basically just want to get into it by just asking you about how you started with your wrestling career. What made you choose wrestling as a career for you?
Well, honestly, I mean, like most wrestlers, it was a childhood dream, right? But I didn't really think it was possible until one of my buddies actually told me there was wrestling here in my hometown. So we went to go watch a show, and it was actually North Pro at Tide and Bore. And then once I seen that there was wrestling around here, that was my in. I was like, I gotta find a way to do this. Gotta find a school, find a way to train, and obviously social media is always listening, right? So then I seen where the Maritime Wrestling Academy had a school, and it came up right on my social media. So just went from there.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Definitely.
Also, I gotta say that's some fire merch that you're rocking right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's
Yeah.
pretty fire. But I'm gonna go ahead and pass it off to my boy LC from 773. It's on you.
Hey, thanks again. Yeah, so I definitely been looking back into the history and everything. Where did you get the name the Ghost from?
Um. Well, it's kind of a play on the name Ricky Mortis too. So Ricky
Hmm.
Mortis is actually a double meaning. So it kind of comes from Rick and Morty, but it
Definitely,
also
definitely.
comes from rigor mortis, which is like a dead body, right?
Oh
So then
yeah,
I kind of played on that with the ghost, where my ego is dead, and kind of did the double meaning that way.
definitely, definitely.
That's fire. That's
Yeah,
fire.
yeah. I've been looking into everything, trying to get an understanding with the gear and everything. I always like to get the backstory on where the name starts from, because usually it's like you create yourself first before you even come up with the name.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Okay, okay. Visionary on you.
What's going on, Ghost?
Hey, not too much, man. How are you?
I'm getting you. How did you come up with your finisher?
Well, I'm a lifelong Jeff Hardy fan, man. I even got the Hardy Boys tattoo on my arm right here.
Oh,
That's
So
tough.
it was. I knew I was going to use the Swanton bomb almost from the get go.
Mm.
It was just about being able to practice it and hit it clean on people. I don't want to hit those croutons, you know.
oh,
I gotta get that round of applause. I can't even play. No, Jeff Hardy. I'm not gonna lie to you. We best friends already. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I, you. I'm
no, that's
supporting
our complete
everything. I'm not gonna
childhood.
lie to you. That is my childhood legend. Ain't
The
You know
goat
what,
man.
visionary? I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. I ain't gonna. I'm gonna leave it alone because he know what I say about Edge and CM Punk. He know how I crash out about Jeff Hardy. But you know what? I want to actually get into that now since we mentioned childhood heroes and everything. If you could give your Mount Rushmore for independent wrestlers and then professional wrestlers you saw on TV, if you could give us four of those, what would it
All
be?
right, all right. I'll start with the TV guys. Jeff Hardy's definitely on there for me. And this is my opinion. I obviously grew up in a different generation, so it's might be a little biased here. I'm not gonna throw Hogan or Flair in there, even though they're amazing wrestlers. I'll probably go Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles. Um, Punk probably is up there, and I guess one of the newer guys, Kevin Owens. He's been rocking it, and he's also repping Canada too. I loving that. So I'll go with Kevin Owens.
Okay, okay, that's a good list. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hmm.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, more of a
Yeah,
modern day
yeah.
list, I guess.
No, I respect it. I respect it. For some reason, like if I had to think about it, I'm probably putting Cesaro on my Mount Rushmore. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's very underrated and very
Oh
underutilized
yeah.
in some companies,
I
but
agree, man. I
I,
agree.
Yeah.
the speed, strength, stamina, charisma, and everything. It's kind of hard for me to like not put him up there as like one of the greatest. Even if I had to put it in Ring of Honor or whatever, don't care. He would be on that list just because he low key probably go down as one of the most underrated and underutilized in history of wrestling.
I agree, man. I hope they start you doing some single stuff with him again.
For
Hmm.
Oh
sure,
yeah.
for sure. And then
It's
your
about
indies.
time for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then what was your indies?
Oh, the Indies. I definitely got to put my trainer in there, man. Giant Orion. He's um. Honestly, I won't be surprised if he's on TV sometime soon. Um, I'd probably go Chip Chambers. He's definitely one of my dream matches. I've never wrestled with him, but I've he taught me so much before the shows, just hanging around in the ring. So definitely Chip Chambers and Sabotage. Matt Connors and Justin Newhook. Those
Oh
Mm,
guys
yeah.
are unreal. Singles, tag team. Those guys are amazing, and they did a lot for me to help my career. Yeah, those four guys, I'd say.
okay, okay. That's a good list. That's a good list, honestly. Haven't got a chance. We haven't got a chance at the group to talk with Sabotage just yet, but we've definitely heard about some of the work that they've done with AWOL. They've
Yeah,
done a little stuff with I believe they did some wrestling matches with Giant Orion, I think at least
yeah,
once
yeah.
once or twice. So just it's always interesting to hear about those guys because they've been brought up so many times when it comes to like independent wrestling, tag teams, or just wrestling in general. So I
Yeah.
just gotta respect that honestly for them.
Yeah, they
It
took
did.
over the Maritimes, honestly, and now they're branching out, taking over Canada. Like I said, I think Giant Orion's probably going to be on TV soon.
Yeah, nah. I mean, he's a big guy from what I've seen. Like
Yeah,
he has certain stamina and certain characteristics. When if you follow him on his social, if you've seen some matches out there in Canada, it he kind of got a menacing like intimidating factor on him for being a guy his size, but also very it seems like very technical a bit,
yeah,
if you would say.
he knows a lot. Like he was my first trainer, and pretty much taught me all the basics, and then most of the stuff I know, honestly, was taught by him. Our dude is a beast, and he's a big guy, but he can wrestle any style, which is crazy.
Okay, okay. Visionary, you got a question?
Yeah. Who is an underrated wrestler you watched growing up as a kid that should have got more spotlight?
Ooh. Um, I'd have to say probably Christian, because
Okay.
I was as a kid,
Definitely.
I hated Edge, hated him. Obviously, now that I'm older, I understand why I hated him. He was an amazing heel. But I
Hmm.
find Christian never got the recognition he deserved out of that tag team. I mean, even Matt Hardy, most of the tag team, there's usually one guy that gets shot up into singles superstardom, and then the other guy kind of gets left behind. So,
Yeah, that Marty
True.
Jannetty effect.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the worst part about that. It's like it's never really a case where both those guys have gone on to do like two of the same things
Hmm.
at greatest moments. Like even currently, right now, you can see that with twins between Jay and Jimmy.
Yep. Yep.
It's like, yeah, somebody got hurt, the other person had to be there and go through this trial, and everybody kind of know the backstory for them. So when the fans kind of know what's going on, it's a little easier to interact and not really sympathize, but get on the side of like, all right, we know this person has been stuck doing this for so long. Let's see them do something different.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
Hmm. Okay, okay.
100%.
All right. And then Visionary, that was your question or was that LC's?
My
That was
question.
visionary.
Vision. Oh, okay. LC, it's on you.
All right. Jumping back around pretty much. What is that one match that you can for sure show anybody when they ask you like, what's your favorite match or what's that go-to match you can show anybody to get them interested in pro wrestling?
So, like, one of my matches, or just a match in general?
Even if it is one of your matches, just or completely in general.
Okay.
Something that can help, get that person hooked into what we love as our sport.
So my favorite match of all time is Undertaker versus Jeff Hardy ladder match.
Oh yeah.
I think it was on Raw. I
Hmm.
love showing that to people because even though Jeff Hardy takes the loss, he got over that night as
Yeah, he still got that W. Definitely.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
fact
if that was ever a time to make a name, that was the best time.
yeah, exactly, and it just shows
Yeah.
them like the athletic side of wrestling, but also the storytelling side of wrestling, and that's my favorite match of all time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Taker was actually like he was actually having more charisma with it as the match went on because like you've seen it visually. Like I can't put this mother away. Like what is going on? I didn't hit you with everything. You still not going down.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a big reason why like that's part of my persona too, right? Like I
Yeah.
take as much pain as I can, and I'll keep fighting. I'll keep getting up, and I'll keep going. Right. So I
Oh yeah.
like to think that Jeff Hardy inspired me a lot.
Yeah. Definitely him and Matt have that never say die attitude. So even that it's like it sticks with everybody. It's like, yeah, we definitely gonna praise Jeff on it, knowing that Matt is also the mastermind behind a lot of it. Is also the best part about it too, because they work together as one, no matter what.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie to you. You can come back on to this podcast anytime you want to.
Hey, man.
Anybody who
Always
knows
down.
me knows that is my favorite match of all time. That's what got me into wrestling. That's what made me love wrestling in general. Like that match right there set it up to the point where I ended up meeting Chris from it because we were like basically grew up together and everything. So one thing that we just always dwelled on was just the love for wrestling in general. Now again, he was a Sting guy, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I ain't hate Sting, but I ain't know about Sting for real until like found out what TNA was. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't
I
old
grew up
enough
in
to
the
see that.
WCW
Like
WCW household.
Like I ain't get a chance to really see all of that. Only thing I knew was WWE from them at that time because once Jeff Hardy and Undertaker and after he raised that goddamn hand up and Jeff Hardy ass just fell out, I was like, oh yeah, this is the sport I want to watch.
Yeah.
True
That,
cinema.
but getting on into it and everything, I want to ask you, what is a wrestling move that you feel is underutilized in the sport so far?
Underutilized, eh? Um, I would say in the indies, not many people use submissions as finishers.
Yeah.
and I find it's kind of lacking a little bit. I find it would just be cool to have some more submissions. You know, like back in the day, almost everyone had a finisher that could make someone tap out, right? And it adds realism to what we do, and nothing's better than seeing someone get choked out, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We was just having that conversation. Like Karen Cross's his sleeper hold compared to the knockout to the back of the head. It's like, yeah, that moment in the sun where even if the person doesn't tap and they just pass out completely, you still got the win.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yep.
Carrie Cross is a beast, man. I love watching that guy.
Okay, okay. And we actually gonna get into our first segment where basically we are gonna be having you blind rank wrestling matches. So
Ooh, okay,
we
okay.
all have a set of wrestling matches that we are gonna have for you. I have three, Chris has three, and Visionary has three. So you are gonna put it either in an A tier, which is basically best ever. Can't go wrong with watching this match again. B, it's okay. It's not too bad. And then C, I'd watch it, but it's only because they showing the rewind on YouTube. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead first and give mine. I'm gonna go with Edge and Christian, Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, TLC. I think that was SummerSlam.
yeah,
They had like three of them, didn't they?
I think
yeah.
they had
Three.
one of Mania too, low key.
I mean, those are all of those matches are great. Like that's a tough one. I go A tier for sure. Those I would put that one in A tier. Um, that got me. Like I said, Jeff Hardy, man. Anything that guy does, it's gold in my opinion. Especially when you throw ladders in there, man. Yeah, that was amazing. Definitely A tier.
All right, Visionary, it's on you.
Armageddon 2008. Jeff, Edge, and Triple H.
Great. I love that finish. Love that finish.
Yeah.
Um, so am I only allowed to put three of them in the A tier here, or what?
Oh no, no, no! You can put as many of them as you want to in
Okay,
A
yeah,
tiers.
that's another A tier because that was Jeff Hardy's first belt and or first main like big belt, I guess,
Hmm.
world champ, and that's pushed him even into more superstar than he already was. Unfortunately, it didn't last as long as I was wanted it to, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah, we definitely.
I won.
Yeah, it was something.
I ain't gonna lie
I
to
try
you.
not to get into the TNA run as much.
Yeah,
Now,
I mean TNA was cool, but it's heel Jeff Hardy is tough, man. It's I can't
Yeah,
do him. I
it
can't.
makes you rethink life. It's like Spider-Man getting the symbiote.
see this
Yeah.
thing. I don't hate. I hated the first 2 years of Jeff Hardy and TNA. I'm gonna be real with you. I feel
Mhm.
like everybody did. It's
Yeah.
like, but one thing I will say that it made more. It made more of Jeff Hardy fans understand that like he like see exactly where his mess ups was because when he was in WWE and he was doing this shit, yeah, he'd be taken off of TV and shit like that, but it wasn't showing no real punishment. Like you, like WWE would
Oh
not put
yeah.
that shit on TV no matter what.
No, not for
TNA had
anybody.
no
They kind of
choice.
did that a long time before that. They had that set in motion. Make sure hey, if it's something that's not supposed to be public, it's not going to be public unless it's already there.
Exactly. And then
Yep.
like I get, the age of social media also came arise then too. Like you can see it on Facebook, you can kind of see your wrestling news all over Google and everything. Like I get that.
Oh yeah.
But you would not had seen Jeff Hardy have all of these issues for real, and underneath WWE's watch. Because he would have been on the road a lot. Of course, he might have been on his drugs and anything, but you know what? WWE probably would either say go to rehab or get fired. He would have had to pick one of those
Yeah.
two then, and you was either going to see it after all of that. And once I seen it in TNA, once I watched that Victory Road match, broke my heart as a Jeff Hardy fan.
That
But
was
it
so
also made me realize that he's a human and he makes mistakes. Like that's what makes me understand and actually thanks that TNA run for showing me the side of Jeff Hardy that everybody else didn't see. Because if we just base Jeff Hardy off of the WWE career, greatest human on earth, wasn't a person that got into trouble, wasn't a person that was around rough around the edges. Like he was just the plain old guy that just was always perfect.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can understand that a
Yeah,
little bit.
definitely feel like.
And then LC, I think it's on you.
All right, my match has to be. Well, I'm gonna steer away from Jeff Hardy. I'm gonna go AJ, Chris Daniels, Samoa Joe.
That's arguably the best TNA match of all time.
This one put it completely on the map. I That's one of my favorites of all time. Going back to.
Yeah, I can that's probably the match I rewatched the most. Um just to study
Oh
most
yeah,
of my first year in wrestling, I got thrown into so many triple threat matches, man. Like just random bookings that they would put me in and then throw me in to make it a triple threat. And
oh yeah.
the match I studied a lot.
Yeah, it definitely helps you with awareness. It's
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like they literally everywhere, but they gel together so well. It's perfect. It's like all right, these guys, you can tell that they trained with each other before, but actually doing it out there with a crowd is even better.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, that's an A tier for sure. And I think actually Christopher Daniels is an underrated wrestler too.
Oh, always. I'm kind of sad that he's retired currently. They kind of threw me off, but yeah, it's something.
I mean, did it really throw you off? Like the nigga was wrestling since the early '90s. Now I get Rey Mysterio
Yeah,
was
but
too.
it's Chris Daniels, Fallen Angel. Yeah, I mean,
Boy,
anybody that has done anything in WCW, they officially have. They deserve a WCW ring at that point.
but
If
his
they're gonna
gimmick.
give David Arquette and Vince Russo and everybody else those runs with everything, at least get him a ring at this point.
But even then, like his body has also been put through some Ring of Honor shit as well. Like
Oh,
I ain't gonna
thousand
lie to
percent.
you, Ring of Honor is not no goddamn just no normal AEW branded or no WWE branded shit. Them niggas be throwing each other crazy. Like I finally seen like this like Kevin Owens when he was like Kevin Steen's in Independent and he did
Oh
like
yeah,
this
him and
thing, but
Generico.
Dean and
he
Generico
Yeah.
after
like
Ladder
he
Boys.
threw dude in like he put him in like the little brain buster thing and then just threw him through the goddamn
Oh yeah.
ropes. I'm like, he
Yeah.
needs to be arrested.
The what's that? Was that the Steamalizer? I think that was the
I
name
think
of it
that's
at
what
that
it was
time.
called. He
Yep.
needed to be in
That
jail for that.
Rubik's
He did
Cube.
not need to
It's a
be
lot of
free.
things. PWG, ROH, and I gotta say Defy at those times. Yeah, you can really hurt some people, and it can still be made to look like it's completely great. It's like, yeah, you might not want to feel those moves personally, but yeah, it's a nice thing.
Dude, Steen used to like lick people's blood and shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was
Kevin
crazy.
Owens is a complete saint on TV.
He needs to be
Yeah.
arrested. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Joe
I think he
Gacy
get out of
was 10 times worse.
Mhm.
He was way worse in CZW.
I ain't
Yep.
gonna lie to you. It's a lot of shit from the independents that I'm just now learning about. Except for I still don't understand how the fuck like all right, so I'm gonna say this out loud and maybe I'm tripping. I don't understand how people are comparing Rey Mysterio time in ECW versus WWE versus what was the other one again? What else did he go wrestle at? It was
He was in
WCW,
AAA, Lucha Underground. Um, Raiden been about everywhere.
Yeah.
So they've been comparing Ray Phoenix and Ray Mysterio, and I'm just so confused on that because I've watched so many different matches of Ray's in the past, and I didn't watch the last couple of years of Ray Phoenix. They don't wrestle shit alike. Ray
Mm.
Phoenix wrestle like he trying to put on a circus act, but he also trying to fuck you up. Rey Mysterio is like actually doing luchador type of wrestling and everything. Like, of course, I got mad respect for both of them. but they are not the same. Like at this point, I'm just thinking like y'all seeing the mask and y'all just connecting colorways, thinking that they alike. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's weird with lucha libre. I mean, because all right, so Dragon Lee has been kind of pushed to the side on it. It's like once Ray Phoenix came in, I kind of knew off back it was gonna be like a little bit of contrast there because it's like, yeah, you got Dragon Lee, but Ray Phoenix is like that next evolution up from that. He been in a few different spots. You know, he a little bit older, but he's been in those high moments where it really counts. Like Dragon Lee, they still testing him, still going through the motions.
But
But
even then, he's shown in the independent side that he's good enough for the like. We're gonna
oh
have this
yeah,
conversation. We're gonna have the
yeah.
conversation a little bit later, just because
I
we
mean,
got
you
to
see how
still
many
finish up
times
the
they
show.
mentioned Lucha Underground now. I was more
Facts,
surprised by that. Lucha
facts.
Underground, everybody that's so far being signed has been world champion there, or at
Hey,
least held the trios belts or something.
I think that's what I like about Penta, where he's like a luchador, but he doesn't do too much overly high flying stuff,
Right?
right?
Yeah. He
Separates
calls it
himself when he
Mexican
does a mask.
strong style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's different. Is he well, all right, granted now the pile driver in WWE is a finish. Yeah, AEW prior to him doing that and everybody's doing the flip pile driver, Canadian destroyer, going back and forth with it and kicking out. Yeah, it's gonna kinda taint the move, but I mean, why not let him use his old fear factor, just hit you with the package pile driver. They already gave it to Kevin Owens. He's not really gonna use it at this moment. Give it to Penta. No, that way it's like it's not really halting his run on a lot of the moves that he already was doing, but he's still doing more things that are different.
Yeah. Yeah.
wait, but did Kevin Owens ever say that was gonna be his finisher, or did that immediately become as a finisher? Because I thought he was still doing the stunner from.
He was doing the stunner for a while, but when he was Sting, that was one of his finishers.
I think
Oh,
they're
okay, okay.
treating his pile driver kind of like Randy Orton's punt kick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah.
So every
It's
once in
gonna
a
come out
while.
at that special time when he needs it. If he hits it on the apron, you gone. He don't need to do the power bomb onto the apron if he's gonna power drive
Hey,
you.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Seeing him do one of those on the ring apron, I ain't gonna lie to you. That makes my neck hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you
Oh yeah,
because
visionary got
just
to prepare.
how it's gonna look is literally menacing. Like if I would legit believe if y'all said he broke his
Yeah,
neck right then and there, I 1,000% believe you. So Kevin
yeah.
Owens
That's
need. I don't want to see him with that shit. That's the last person I want to see do that move anymore. Just because it
eh,
the way he do it and the way he move with it, like I know he's protecting the person, but it does not look like there's much protection on your
Nah, he
neck.
just to
trying to
think
kill you.
about that. He's doing that to the best of his ability to protect you. So imagine him not protecting you while throwing you with it.
Boy, it's
No,
not
thank you.
this. But
Yo,
we
neck
gonna
gonna
move
snap.
on, and we gonna go to. You know what? I want to see what you. I want to see exactly how much of a diehard Jeff Hardy fan you are. Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, WrestleMania 25.
The storyline is great, but the match was kind of lackluster, I have to say.
Just wanted to see. Just wanted to see
Yeah.
how much of Jeff Hardy fan you was, because I definitely thought that was one of his worst matches of all time, and I
Yeah.
seen Sting versus Jeff Hardy, and would put
I
that
I
higher.
100% agree. I would, but if you throw everything with the storyline and everything, I would throw it in B tier. But if we go just the match itself, nah, that's a C tier match.
Okay, okay, visionary, it's on you.
Um, Champa versus Aleister Black for the NXT title at Takeover.
Aleister Black is awesome. He's probably one of the
Yeah,
guys I'm following the most right now. His finish is so cool,
yeah.
man. Honestly, that's an A tier match. That's an A tier match.
Okay, okay.
I
Yeah,
say
so,
Aleister Black's matches are either A or B tier, but I feel like they have. It's another guy kind of like Cesaro. They haven't been using him to his potential.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
that's
his second WWE run here is going to be sweet. Hopefully,
Oh yeah. After the match was that last night or was that the night before? Well, he got the black mask off, but LA Knight threw him out the ring for the win. So I was like, all right, he's being protected, but I think Ray Phoenix took the loss, if I'm not mistaken.
oh Shinsuke.
Oh, Shinsuke, yeah. I'm
Mhm.
sure, like, yeah, mixing matches there. Yeah, but
it would have been cool to see
okay,
Black in the
yeah,
Money in the Bank, though. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I think he should
that
win
would have
it.
been
To be
one of the
honest.
best. Yeah, I mean,
Alistair
it's
Black
still
winning
time
that.
for something.
I don't know about Alistair Black winning that briefcase. I ain't gonna lie to you. He not even the first person that would be in my mind to win. And I don't want to see LA Knight in that motherfucker if he's not winning. There's no point
Yeah,
in me
they
seeing LA Knight in this match. If
Fourth time's the
put
charm, man.
a
LA
bunch
Knight
of
is he
jabronis.
ready for the main belt at this point. I mean,
Like
if they still holding him over on like either the IC or United States, that's gonna just hold him for a minute.
well,
Like,
even
yeah,
then,
I could see him
bro.
taking it from Jay.
Mm,
I mean, it's really up to R Truth right now. R Truth gotta get another win.
Yeah,
He gotta take that. I mean, even though last night, granted, he completely lost, but
that's the ass.
yeah, he's a person we're gonna depend on for it at the moment.
No, the fuck we not. We had our feel good moment with our truth. If our truth is not getting a match to where he could become the number one contender for a rematch against Cena with the belt on the line, sure. But I'm not finna watch John Cena get no. I'm not finna watch our truth get back on John Cena and there's no championship involved. That'd be the biggest 180 I've ever seen in WWE history. But at the same time, it's our truth.
Yeah,
Everybody says our truth deserved at least one.
my match that I have for you it's been announced, so I just want your honest opinion on what you're going to what you may put that at,
Okay.
and that is the match between I believe it's Cody and Jay versus John and Logan Paul.
Oh, I
I was just catching highlights like a couple hours ago. I'm like, okay, let me try to formulate some questions here with these.
Dude, the thing about John Cena is when he's in multi-man matches, he calls the match so loud.
Oh yeah, you can
It
definitely
almost,
hear
it almost
it.
ruins the match, dude. It ruins the atmosphere a little bit.
But that's what he's doing right now. He's
Yeah,
ruining professional
ruining
wrestling.
wrestling, right? That's yeah. I mean, I
Even
don't
when
think
he
it's gonna
wasn't
be
ruining wrestling.
extraordinary, but
Yeah,
Logan Paul will probably get a viral clip in there, so do something cool. I'd throw it in the B tier probably. You know,
yeah, yeah.
potential.
Hopefully
Hope-
that's giving it justice. B tier is giving it justice,
yeah,
even though we know it's for sure might end up in the D tier. But
yeah.
it's a good chance it can go either way.
Definitely
I
doesn't feel
mean,
like a main event match, but
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, we could take anything else besides that. I would have been okay with John challenging Jay, being like, "Hey, look, I want that belt too now." If we
yes,
were going to have y'all in the match with each other,
Belt
at this
collector
point,
Cena. Fuck no.
yeah, go out on a high note. Go out on a high note,
I'm not
and then
watching
double back and get the IC in the United States, and then turn around and challenge Tiffany Stratton.
LC. I'm gonna tell you this right now.
I thought he was going for the IC before the WWE because he's I think he's only the IC away from a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
But LC, let me tell you something, motherfucker. Let me see. Let me see John Cena walk out with that big ass ball spot, and he got 4 championships
No, he been
lined
getting
up on his
hair
back, walking
transplants, bro.
away.
He good. He good. Bosley is starting to work for him.
No, the fuck it's not. I know it's there. You know it's there.
Got like the comb over going, man. A nice little blow in the wind.
Hey,
Boy, I don't get
just
no
seep
fuck.
it in.
I turn on every fan backstage just to watch his hair swoop back. That's not the man that's leaving with my championship. I don't give a fuck. I start a riot in that bitch before I leave before John Cena with a bald spot with a menacing grimace on his face trying to walk out with my championship, but I cause hell on Tuesdays. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, the way it's going right now, I'll be surprised if he don't go down to NXT and do something, which will
Boy,
actually benefit them a lot more this time around because it's like you got heel Cena at NXT doing basically some callback work on the whole new Nexus situation.
but even then, why? Who's the
Why not?
face of NXT right now? Like Javon Evans, Obafemi. I can't
Yep,
name another
derail.
face. I can't
Instantly
name another
derail all
face.
momentum.
Like I
I
can't
mean, if
think
you're
of
gonna bury
another
people,
person, bro.
uh, yeah, honestly, I mean, after the
Everybody's
firings, it was
everybody's a
kind of a little
heel.
shaky.
Everybody's a heel. No, I can think of those. The only two faces I can think of because everybody else is a goddamn heel. I thought Lexus
Well,
King was
is
a
Opa
goddamn
listed as
face.
a face?
Do you not see that crowd reaction every time he
I
come out?
mean,
I don't give a
yeah,
damn.
you got
I'm
crowd
from the
reaction,
fan
but then
aspect
it's
of it.
like the egotistical side, that can still transfer over to him being a heel that's loved. So
But think about this: Tiffany Stratton is was hated when she first got there.
yeah,
Once she finally got her
yeah,
moment and everything and stepped out to herself, she kept the ego. She kept the "I'm prettier, I'm better than you." But the
yeah.
crowd
But
now eats
she
that
she
shit up.
tends to be the underdog in a lot of the situations, so it's a little easier to get on the underdog side unless everybody hates the underdog.
It's
Here's
kind
the
of like the
thing.
Dominic Mysterio effect, honestly.
Literally,
Yeah.
Dom. He was getting booed so bad he could nobody could hear what he's saying through television. Now he
We
just got
all
to show
wanted
up on
that
TV.
title, man. We
Yeah,
all wanted it.
right, right. Oh yeah, it was definitely supposed to happen one way or another.
Yeah.
Not true, true. And then my final match. You know what? My final match. I just exactly want to just see exactly where you're gonna put this because I don't know if it's gonna be A, but C or D. I'm gonna have to see. We got Rey Mysterio versus John Cena for the WWE Championship on Raw.
Jesse, bro.
Oh my
Hmm
god, they did
Come
Ray
on.
so dirty. Ah,
Ray definitely got the worst end of that.
Yeah.
dude, that's a C tier. That's something nobody wanted to watch. That.
I'm just glad somebody agrees because every time I bring it up, everybody be like, "Oh, you gotta let it go because Rey Mysterio and them, it happens." No, the fuck, it does not, and I'm
Not like
still
that,
mad about it.
dude. That he's not the type of guy that you do that to. Like, come on.
Like, if you would have did it to the Miz, cool, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now the bad guy has lost the belt. Now the good guy has the motherfucker. Cool. But Rey Mysterio has. There probably has never been another WWE Championship celebration like Rey Mysterio's on just a random fucking Raw.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes got a decent cheer in Philadelphia, but I swear to God, the roof could have went off that goddamn arena the way Rey Mysterio won that motherfucker. It was a feel good moment. He could have lost that motherfucker 2 weeks later. I would have been okay with that.
Yeah.
But y'all
Yeah.
let this motherfucker lose it. Not even an hour, not even 2 hours later to this month. You know what?
It's the way
I
they
get
did
you.
it too. Like they had Cena walk up to him after he's celebrating. I want your belt.
He was
Crazy
like,
work.
"Yeah, I see you popping
Run
bottles.
that
You having a great
rematch.
time.
Yep.
Go ahead, run it."
Like you having too much fun over here. Let me slow this down for you.
Boy, I catch John Cena. I'm gonna have to tell him about himself about that moment. I was like, "That's
Take
the
John
one
knees
strike you
for
got
that.
on you. That's the one strike you got from me for being like, all right, we gonna run this instead."
Yeah, that was another unnecessary run that he had there. It's like Oh, why does John need the belt?
Even
Yeah.
then, he beat Rey Mysterio to be the champion, and then at the end of the night, still couldn't call himself the champion because the champion returned the next night. I mean, the same night after you won it.
Yeah,
After you
I
won it, the
mean,
real WWE champion came out. So who the fuck is the real champion? And why the fuck did Rey Mysterio have to be a casualty in this?
they literally could have just had two different situations going on. Real world title, that could have been put in play to where it's like, all right, after pretty much John and whoever else, but leave John away from Ray. Let John and whoever the champion would be at that point between him, Punk, or whoever, let them just go for that, unification. But sometimes it's casualty.
Even then, if y'all was gonna do Rey Mysterio was gonna lose, why the fuck wouldn't either A, the Miz attack him before the match because he was mad that Rey Mysterio just beat me, or in the middle of the match? So therefore,
Eh,
John Cena
They didn't
don't look
need to.
like Super Cena just killed Rey Mysterio fucking career, which it felt like.
That would have been the perfect start for a heel run right there. It's like
Boy,
he
them
could have
After
t-shirt
just,
sales.
Rock could have came out, did the little thing again, and kicked him right. You kick
Boy,
Ray in the nads, you got John kicking Ray. Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody would have been confused.
boy, them t-shirt sales, Cena was not going heel. Hell, I'm surprised Cena going heel now. Vince
Yeah.
McMahon saw how much them little purple t-shirts sold out and was like, "You ain't never going away. I want you to know that. You gonna have every color of the rainbow in t-shirts when you come in February, cause
I
I
think he has
promise
to
you."
finish it off as a face. I think he's gonna flip right at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
hmm We gonna get a bright
I
red
was,
shirt with him just celebrating and doing a little salute thing. I'm a yep, he's back.
Yeah,
hmm And then Visionary, your final match.
Uh, Punk versus Cena at Money in the Bank.
that's a good match. That's a good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would go A. I'll put it in the B tier, almost A tier. Uh,
Hmm.
Definitely a good match, rewatchable for sure. I kind of forget about it sometimes though. I mean, not gonna lie, it's a lot of John Cena's matches are more moments than the actual match being amazing. It's mostly just the finish that is memorable.
Hmm.
yeah.
It's still great, right? That's what it is. So that's I'll put it in the B tier.
I can
Okay.
respect that
It's great,
actually.
but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not Iron Man match worthy.
Like
Yeah,
True.
that's a great actually like saying for John Cena matches. Like the matches are only really remembered for how they ended. Because I can legit think of like 7 John Cena matches, but I can only remember them immediately from how the match ended.
yeah.
With like Batista being duct taped to the goddamn floor. Goddamn
Yeah, that's about all I can recall from that.
but
I remember him picking up Big Show and Edge at the same time, or like picking up.
Yeah, moments.
Yeah,
Wait, he
John
got
Cena
one
Big
good
Shows.
one. It's him and Sean. That's the only good one to me. Like
Which one?
him and Sean.
Well, it's two, him and Sean and him and Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin
Mm,
too.
Kevin actually made him wrestle. Even though the saying on that is he can't wrestle, he just chose not to wrestle.
mm.
John could actually go. He chose not to for that long.
Character
Hmm.
just
Nobody was testing
right.
him.
I can respect that. LC, it's on you for your final match.
Final match. Let's see. Pick something more on the current. Well, Roman versus Cody.
First
The
one.
the final match. Very final match.
Um, is that the one where everyone interfered?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Everybody decided to come in.
yeah, dude, that ending was a little confusing, but it was awesome to see everyone.
Mm,
I'll throw it in the B tier. I mean, I love
yeah.
Cody. It was good. Um, I don't know. I would like to see those guys go at it in in a cell or something, Hell in a Cell, or like
Oh yeah,
something locked in where we don't need all that.
that would have made it a
Both,
lot better. Stuck in the
Yeah.
steel cage.
yeah,
The only way to win is probably submission. That'd be the best route.
yeah, yeah. Throw it in a
Like
BJ.
yeah.
Okay, okay. And then, boys, as y'all already know, usually how we get done with most of our interviews we do are 20-minute heat wave. So for 20 minutes, we got a whole bunch of questions for you. We're gonna have you answer them as best as you can, and as honest as possible, while not knowing exactly what the topics are gonna be. Some of these are gonna be wrestling, some of these might not be, some of these might be to see if we like you as a person, if we're being honest.
Let's do
I
it.
mean, without further ado, we gonna go and start with the first question. Chris, it's on you.
All right. I remember you stated that you love the submission game. So I'm gonna give you two guys, and you got to pick between them: Jonathan Gresham, Zack Sabre Jr.
Be honest, I don't watch a whole lot of their matches because it's
Mhm.
hard. It's hard to
Oh
get
yeah,
Canada, but I'll go with Zack Saber.
definitely, definitely, yeah. It's all good. It's all good because it's like they catalog was definitely when you do catch some of them, it speaks for itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Mustiest city in Canada.
Dude, I haven't traveled a lot. I've not been anywhere. I'm from the Maritime, small city, so
Yeah.
come check
Fair.
out my man.
Fair enough, fair enough. We gonna come back to this question in a year though.
There we
Oh
go.
yeah, for sure.
Hmm. Visionary, it's on you.
Would you rather beat Sean or Taker at Mania?
Ooh, that's a tough. For talking the first match, probably Sean because Taker almost broke his neck landing on that cameraman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We tried to recreate that moment with stop motion with a visionary. He just got his feet at the end, just turned. It was terrible.
Yeah.
LC, it's on you.
Oh man. Um, Worst bump to take,
Worst bump to take. Um,
or that you have taken.
Honestly, probably. So I was gonna do a Lucha Hurricane Rana on Orion. It was a handicap match against him. Obviously, he's a giant. We needed two
Oh
guys.
yeah.
So I was doing a Lucha Hurricane Rana, and he caught me and power bombed me. That one was rough. That did not feel good, especially coming
It
from.
it's no easy way to take a power bomb. I've let Jesse power bomb. It's no easy way to, and it's like that's a shoot move.
Yeah, man,
You
he's
made it
You
out all
flipping
right.
you to the ground, especially where he caught me in midair too. I think he was like falling backwards, so he didn't really catch me. He just kind of whipped
oh
around.
yeah, he did the Batista bomb.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, just let you go.
You know,
yeah. He
Chris, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like how you just tried to sell me out, bro. Like
Sell
you
you
done
out?
mentioned
What?
it.
No,
You
bro.
done
I
mentioned
gave
it
you
three
a
different.
brain buster.
I
I
was gonna
gave you a
say
legit brain buster. You power bombed me, but you let me drop you on your head a few times. So I give you
You'd
your
explained
praise.
a lot of time. You'd explained a bunch of times on this podcast where it seemed like I be abusing you as kids.
I initiated. I'm the one telling you to do the move. You
See,
all right?
I'm glad we just set some shit straight here because I thought you was gonna say some more shit about me. I was gonna say, all right,
Oh no. Hey, I know when it's me, but I know when you've pitched that idea.
I'm just saying I've been the problem in our childhood, but you definitely have never been the resolution to anything
Oh yeah.
because
You
you
see,
add fuel to the fire.
I was the one that learned how to do the swan time first. Started learning how to do all the like the extra acrobatics first. So instantly, all right, I'm gonna stand on the top of the monkey bars. So let's see if you can catch me. You know, you're gonna miss
See,
a few times first time around. Like you
here's the
said, don't
thing:
want to do the croutons.
you,
yeah. Don't stay away from those croutons.
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is You saw fuel being added to a fire, looked at that motherfucker and said it ain't enough fire. Went to go get more fuel and then threw that bitch on full canister. You have
Hey,
you've been the problem for
it's
so
for the
long.
love of professional wrestling.
And you know what, Chris? I we gonna go ahead and get
Instead
to
of
this
don't
next
try
part.
this at home, we might try this at home. That's pretty much all I'm gonna make the statement to be there. It's like you can't tell wrestling fans not to try something. We're going to be more encouraged to do it.
Dude, me and my brother used to wrestle, and we had a pull-out couch, and we would fold each other in the couch and have buried alive matches.
What?
Missed
Wow.
opportunity, I swear. That was a complete missed opportunity.
Not gonna lie to you, Chris. I'm really surprised we never thought of that either.
Right?
I'm
That's
being
what I'm
real with you.
saying. As many of those couches we had personally, that, oh, yeah. You know
Not
what?
gonna
We
lie to you.
buying it again. Putting the kids' trial through fire.
No, we not, gang. Gang, we finna be 30 shortly. I ain't gonna lie to you. Gang, my knees and my elbows not the same as when we was kids. I be that gang, I get suplex now, I'm staying down.
Hey,
Not getting up.
that's going to probably be a finish for one of the throwback shows.
Gang,
Suplex. There you go.
gang, I promise you I'm not getting up for a suplex. You see me fight before, Chris. I'm gonna fight for my life now. My knees are not the same. My knees hit that goddamn ground, Chris. You better have the EMT by the door. Cause
Hey,
I'm
just page everybody around you. I'm pray
boy,
for help.
I can't stand
Like
it.
it's all right.
Hey, we
Count to
could turn
10.
everything into a match, man. We could just have a stretcher match.
Hey,
Why
right there.
not?
That's help.
As
Yep.
long as it's sponsored by our local EMTs, I'm down.
You
Now,
trying to make sure you get there on time.
boy. So, what is your favorite belt of all time? Don't matter what company or anything. What's the best looking belt you've ever seen?
Dude, this I feel like a lot of people are not gonna agree with me, but the ECW belt with the
Which
blue and
one?
red spray paint
Oh,
on it, dude, I
Oh
love it.
yeah, yeah.
It was
I like you
Oh
unique.
can say
No
the
one
silver
else had a
one.
belt like that, man. It kind of looked like an ECW vibe. It didn't give me like the big world title vibe, but I love the grimy looking belts.
yeah, I can
Definitely.
respect that.
Definitely.
I ain't gonna lie to you, you kind of did scare me though, cause you said I felt like if people, not a lot of people gonna like it, and then you said ECW. I thought you was talking about the nickel belt. I was like, oh my, I was gonna say, really,
Yeah.
gang?
That's
Really?
called the stage presented belts there. Yeah, that's when you knew ECW was doing something different.
Yeah.
It wasn't ECW, it was ECW sponsored by WWE.
But then they switched it to that ugly silver belt, dude. That was terrible.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I was
The big
like,
gold.
all right, that's what we
I'll give
doing.
the big gold some props. That's probably my second favorite.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Big Gold
Visionary.
always top five.
Yeah.
Visionary, it's on you.
Do you like the finisher fest, or you think it should be one finisher over with?
Finisher is named a finisher for a reason, man. It's supposed to finish the match.
Hmm.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
And no way
Nice.
I'm hitting multiple swantons in a match, dude. Yeah,
Yeah, I
Respect it.
feel like at best, at best two is enough.
yeah,
Two
man.
is enough.
Who's
It's like,
enough?
yeah, if the first one don't get them, at least it's like a setup. I seen how you already do the setup for it, but that goes perfectly with it. You don't need to hit more than two to actually complete that.
Hmm.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Then it's the disrespect to Jeff Hardy. It's like,
You know what? I finally realized it, Chris. I finally realized it. When you tell me that I'm a hater, because now I gotta ask this question now. Out of all of Jeff Hardy's rivals, who was the biggest dickhead to Jeff Hardy?
Mm.
that's
Was
easy.
it CM Punk?
Yeah.
Was it Edge? Was it Matt Hardy? Or was it Triple H?
I mean, it has to be Punk just because he made it real, man. He made it so real, and it was.
Very real.
Those were my two favorite wrestlers at the time, and when they were like beefing with each other, man, it was so hard to pick a side. And CM Punk was making Jeff Hardy look like a bad guy, man.
Yeah.
It was
He
hard.
was trying to turn him heel.
Yeah, man.
I thought he was gonna get healed, Jeff, from that point. It's like, you know what? You airing all my dirty laundry. Cool. I'm gonna just roll with it and just beat you to death. Like then it's like Jeff got into another situation. Then it's like, oh, that's not Jeff coming down the ramp. That's Punk.
Yeah,
Like that was the ultimate troll. Right after that, it's like you knew he's gone already. Y'all still play his music, let him come out in full gear, face paint, and everything.
yeah, man. And the fact that they had that storyline going, like, while he was fighting all his demons, man, that's just like I work with
Yeah.
mental people who have mental illness and stuff, and that's not what you do, man. That definitely made it worse for him, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
every sense. It's like when they tried to do it again with Sheamus, it's like it derails anything that they try to do with a storyline for it because it's like, yeah, we know the personal history with him and alcohol. You don't need to keep referring to it. It's not gonna make it any better now because it's already been super messed up.
yeah,
you can understand that, but you can also see at the same time that was also seem like punishment to Sheamus because let's be
Oh
real,
yeah,
Jeff Hardy threw a
yeah.
cup of piss at him. I'm hoping it was just applesauce or some actual beer, but
Apple cider vinegar.
he basically poured piss on Sheamus. I don't know about you. I don't think CM Punk would have been in the same ring with a cup of pee and Jeff Hardy. I
Nah.
think
No, he
CM Punk
he
got
he
enough
told
common
Vince
sense to
what would have
know.
happened with that,
He definitely said, "I think Jeff
or
Hardy would throw a
Dow,
cup
who
of
shall
piss
not
at
be
me, and I'd
named.
have to put my hands on Jeff Hardy." That's what I think CM Punk thought. That's why he ain't never say, "Hey, I got this idea of us making Jeff Hardy do a piss test in the middle of the ring," because he knew he gonna throw this piss at me, and we might get fired because I'm gonna try
It's
to
not
fuck him up.
necessary when you know how to speak on the mic. He could just verbally abuse you without having to use any of those extra props. The prop in his hand is the microphone, but it's all connected as one.
Hmm.
Very true. I
I
ain't
think
gonna
that
lie to
was
you.
hard with Jeff because Jeff was never known as a mic guy either, right? So
Right.
when it gets
Yeah, he
on,
action.
ah,
Nah, that.
Yeah, had Jeff been able to actually work the mic out as one of the greats and be one of the greats in the ring, it's like he definitely would have put himself up there with pretty much any of them. It's
yeah,
like right now, one of the people that's on the younger side, but they can clearly see he can both do it on the mic and in the ring. MJF. He don't get a lot of praise for it, but at a point in time, he was one of those cruiserweight, middleweight guys still doing it at that level. It
Hmm.
just
he was the best
going under the
business at
radar.
one point, man, until Dominic Mysterio took over.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dom has completely got it, and like yeah, they're gonna kind of be like, oh, oh, that's Rey Mysterio's son. Of course he's like that. We've seen certain athletes' children that just not going to get there at all.
Yeah,
It's like
they're not all good, man.
yeah, no, it's a rare case, but when you have somebody that's actually committed towards what they do and trying to perfect that, it's always a good side of it. Anything can come from out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Visionary, I think it's on you.
Um, would you rather take a Tombstone Power Driver or a Sweet Chin Music from Shawn Michaels?
Who's giving me the tombstone?
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker? Oh,
You got to take the original, the
Yeah.
very first style tombstone where he holds you on the side, or the one he's perfected
Nah.
where he just drops
Yeah.
you
yeah, yeah.
directly on the head.
The perfected one.
Mm.
And I took a lot of super kicks in my day, dude. And I like to think Shawn Michaels probably gives the best one, so I'll take the super kick.
Yeah,
Nah,
steer away from those pile drivers.
Yeah, man.
fair enough. When Undertaker jumping to hit you with a tombstone, I just I'd rather
Yeah,
take
that's
that
how
Yeah.
one.
we determine who's liked on that scale. It's like
Mhm.
Brock's F5. If he lets you go in the air, he doesn't like you. If he controls where you fall, Brock likes you.
Hmm.
Did you guys see Josh Alexander's new finisher, man? Like he's like changed up his hold for the pile driver, man. It looks
Oh
brutal.
yeah,
Yeah.
that I was I'm actually proud of it because I know they wasn't gonna really do the whole J Driller C4 thing. So I was kind of like wondering how they was gonna translate that, but now he's actually showing like, hey, I'm not just another Kurt Angle. I'm somebody else. I might look a certain part, but I got this other thing to me. He's
No,
like if Kurt decided I could openly kill people and everybody would still love me for it. Like
uh,
without the comedy side, that's who Josh Alexander is.
I'm gonna have to get into watching him a little bit more. I seen him, but at his last little bit of time at Impact, I seen him under his last 2 years. So I got to
Oh
see
yeah,
more of his stuff.
Yeah, he
He's
wrestled
tough.
in
definitely,
Maritimes a few times as well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well,
definitely. Him and Ethan Page used to be the North over there at Impact. That's also a good tag team to go back and check out.
nah, definitely gonna have to check it out and everything. I think we just got our TNA subscription, so shit, I'm definitely gonna be looking. Uh, Elsie, I think it's on you now.
Oh yeah. Let me see. Yeah. All right. Even going back to once again finishers with current day certain stars that are using some different top row finishers. What would be three of your newest top favorite finish from the top row?
I forget what it's called, but Neville or Pac, his
Oh
finish.
yeah, the
Oh, the
red
red
arrow.
arrow.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
that is insane.
yeah. No,
Uh,
that amount of control is insane.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is crazy. And Seth Rollins Phoenix Splash, but I don't think you've ever hit it in WWE. He always misses it, but he used to
Yeah,
hit it
Yeah,
he
time in
hit that
ROH.
I
motherfucker not
That was
once.
yeah. I think he only landed once, but they end up like going into like another move after that. So it
okay.
You
wasn't
talking about
really
that Brock
like
Lesnar? That Brock Lesnar
yeah,
Cena? Yeah.
yeah. Like he for sure got the move off, but they didn't really carry on with it. But definitely, yeah, Seth's. Because I mean, Nathan Frazier, which was oddly weird that he was trained by Seth, he kind of hits
Mhm.
that move the same way now.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like he
Yeah.
passed it on. I don't know.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, he's like somebody got to hit the move.
yeah, and this is a simple one, but one that I just love the look of it. It's Bronson Reed Tsunami. Like the one
Oh
foot
yeah,
off looks so good,
yeah.
man.
Uh,
That man.
That's a move I don't
Even
touch.
now, that faction, I have to ask you, where do you see that faction going?
Dude, I like it. I like it. But I'm curious on like the backstory with Bronson Reed and Seth.
exactly.
Yeah,
How
He
because they was beefing.
he for sure killed him half a dozen times, as they keep reiterating.
yeah, dude, he
Yeah.
hit 20 tsunami.
Cause he did. He did.
And
Seth Rollins was a damn pancake in the middle of the goddamn ring,
right, it's
fighting for
like,
his
bro,
life.
like your entire diaphragm was gone after that.
And
Like
then you
Hmm.
gonna hug him?
I mean, hey, you,
You
you
get
can't
he
beat him, join him.
like he gave him a hug like he just came home for the holidays. Like that was one of them embraces. Like really?
That was his moment. Steph went back to sacrificing himself for the greater good, and he decided, why not? And who better to have on your side than Bronson Reed at that point? Especially if you can't have Braun Strowman, give me Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed and Braun
Fuck,
Breaker. Like what?
fuck that. I
Right,
ain't gonna lie.
together,
It
It's
ain't
you
crazy.
got the
happening.
speed and muscle already, but now
Hmm.
you even have more of the speed, more of the muscle.
I'm pretty
Ain't
sure there
enough
was a point in the
forgiveness in
second
my body.
that Rollins patted Bronson Reed on the head there. He kind of little brothered him a little bit.
Damn.
Mm.
Or I'm
Yeah, that's
That's the
I
wrong
mean,
person, little bro. I ain't gonna
due
lie to
due to the yeah, due to the situation, I can understand Brian is definitely the youngest out of the crew, but I mean, he gonna be the pit bull of the faction. They gotta have somebody do it.
Yeah,
Like it's always that one young guy or the guy that's gonna be the all right, you go handle this. Judgment Day. It started off as Dominic Mysterio, became JD, then Carlito.
yeah.
So it can go anyway. And like I don't even mention NWO in that because it's like it's so many members of NWO and you can't possibly name everybody unless you just know that history.
Yeah.
fair enough. Visionary, you gonna get the final question before we get to the burning question.
Okay. Would you rather compete in a Hell in a Cell match, Elimination Chamber, or a ladder match?
Um, I'd probably go with the ladder match. I feel like,
Safest option?
yeah, man, gotta do
Yeah.
it. Ode to Jeff Hardy. You gotta hit that swanton off something, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I don't
Yeah,
know if I'll.
Swanton off the Hell in the Cell.
As long as I jump in the crowd, maybe the crowd will catch me.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
I got faith in the crowd more than I have faith in myself on actively hitting the table. Like when I saw Shane doing it kind of like up close and personal, and I'm just watching. Like he's literally 20 feet
I don't know how he.
going completely down to try to land on this one person in this spot. Like, yeah, the table's a little bit extra padded, but if you miss, you're fucked either way. But
see.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. Shane McMahon ain't have to do too much with that
Shane
shit.
doesn't have to do
He
any of that.
he just had to drop the fuck down. Literally, all he had to do is just swoop. Here I go.
Yeah,
Jeff,
but it's Shane McMahon, bro.
You have to swan time. That means you have to jump or you have to legit prepare yourself to flip down onto the motherfucking table. A
Hmm.
split moment, you could go from match of the night to a trip to the ER immediately from
Yeah,
fucking that up.
uh,
And I don't think I
Jeff.
could do that.
I'm not even quite sure how high he was when he did it to Abyss or when he had did it to I think it was Randy
Oh
off
yeah.
into like the electrical pit. But I think he was like at least like a little bit over 10 to 15 feet. But 20 feet and above, you really got to be
See,
prepared.
see, that's a spot that you can fairly plan for, and you can handle miscalculations. It's one table you flying through. Your miscalculations could end up being either
You
a
have
wrongful
a
death
very small margin of error for that.
or paralyzed forever. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Just imagine, as soon as you hit that, you thinking that you just gonna lay there, you just laying there for a few minutes till you can get a little bit of more ready to finish up the match. And then you be like, all right, I think I can get up. And you can't get up, it's over with. I don't think I can do that. So I definitely would rather be in the ladder match. Maybe the elimination chamber a little bit, but I don't want to go through no damn glass, through the little plexiglass by a spear. That's gonna piss me off because everybody always get that happen. Like
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah,
always get one of
a lot of
those.
people get cut from that.
So nah, definitely ladder match. But we are gonna go ahead and get to what we call the burning question. So, without further being said, when you all done with wrestling and everything, and there's no more to do, what will your future look like? What will be the legacy, the impact, and everything that you've given to the wrestling world? What do you plan on doing after when everything's all said and done? Who is Ricky Mortis?
I'll be honest, man. I don't think that far ahead. I'm a guy who lives in the present. Wrestling is everything to me right now. I'm giving everything to the business. I'm sacrificing everything. I'm ready to do it all, man. Like I said, I'm not thinking that far ahead. Hopefully, wrestling will be there forever. I know it's not going to be there forever, but right now, I like to still think that it will be.
Definitely, definitely.
That be your answer?
I can respect that. I can respect that. So, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, we got our boy, Mr. Ricky Mortis. So,
Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. So, is it anything that you want to promote? Any upcoming wrestling events or anything?
Check me out on Instagram and on Facebook, the Ghost Ricky Mortis. I have all my upcoming dates on there, and some sweet action shots too, and some merch. Yeah, check me out.
Definitely, definitely.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
So, we definitely want to have you back on here shortly again because this is one of the great moments where we actually got a chance to just talk all aspects of wrestling and just getting a chance to really vibe out, man. So we definitely appreciate you for stopping on in, and we are gonna get ready to get up out of here. Without further being said, I'm Jay the Kid. We got our boy LC from 773, and we
Okay.
got our boy Visionary 23. And this was another episode of Four Ropes Full Podcast. You guys go ahead and leave a like on this video, comment, subscribe to the channel and everything. We definitely got some more stuff coming out here shortly, so be on the lookout. And one thing we always want to do before we get up out here, we want to thank you for wrestling. And we out.
Don't forget, I love you, Solo.
I love you so much.